the symbol of the house flying up into the sky, right, is him going to heaven. What's up?
And welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host, Media Leong, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you that are tuning in via YouTube or any sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for giving us a try and for giving us a listen. Just a Singaporean duo that love conspiracies. Speaking of my skeptical KopiBro, once again, I'm joined by Mr. Paul E. Paul, how are you doing?
Hi bro, how are you? Very good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, man. Fun fact, normally we record like in the afternoon or at night, but for today, we have to sort of, because of scheduling issues, we have to record on a Saturday morning. Yeah, a Saturday morning. That's why Brendan is not here, because he has to take care of the Bradley son. Yeah. But how are you doing? You drinking coffee already?
Yes bro, my regular Ahwat.
Yeah, same bro. I also drinking black coffee, the
Americano.
Yeah, Americano. Yeah, lah. But in general, I think for conspiracy theories, would you say that you're skeptical person, Paul? Or are you more like I take it as it is, not
As in, usually I'm a very I believe that everything happens for a reason kind of person. So like if it happens, then it happens. But sometimes if it's really out of the blue, or like if something is a bit how do I say if something's a bit off, then you will want to question it. Then when I question it, I will look deeper into why this thing is like that, or try to find is there a deeper meaning to the situation or something lah. Yeah.
I think it's only natural to be curious. Do you know what I mean? Especially when I think a valid conspiracy arises, right? Then you're like, I think this is quite valid because it happens to me, or maybe something.
Or like it links to something else, you know? Yeah.
But maybe like, because maybe some background about this episode, right? Initially, because for today, right, it's the letter P. So for this week's episode, we're going to be doing Pixar/Disney conspiracy theories. Initially, we just wanted to do like just straight up paranoia and conspiracy theories, but we realized that actually Disney and Pixar, right, they got a lot of like, conspiracy stuff, correct?
A lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah, a lot of Easter eggs. And I think it'd be more lighthearted and more fun instead of we go like deep dive into like the the really dark conspiracies. But Paul, do you have specific conspiracy theories that you maybe believe or like you are very interested in? Maybe the things that haven't been proven yet?
Growing up, I'm always a big fan of like, you know, like UFO sightings and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like whenever there's like conspiracy theories about the Bermuda Triangle, I always watch it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I mean, last time it was Discovery Channel, right? Last time we had Netflix and all that.
Okay. So
I always believe that there cannot be always that there's so many reported occurrences of people going missing in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, too many.
Yeah, it's like what they try to sail there. They try to even fly there. When they fly there, then suddenly the plane go missing off the radar.
Correct. Yeah.
So this is one conspiracy theory that I'm still very like interested in.
Yeah, fascinated in.
Even until now, when I'm like compared to when I was a kid, you know. Yeah. So it makes you wonder what really goes on in the Bermuda Triangle. Is there even such a thing, or
again, I mean,
people who explore, then they get silenced or something?
Yeah, a lot of people say that the Bermuda Triangle is because of the magnetic fields of the area, right? That's why a lot of the
jet, all this cannot.
Yeah, they cannot function because of the magnetic waves, and they crash or whatever. Yeah,
because it's quite true. Because like all the ships also all made of like metal, right?
Yeah. I think one day you gotta find like someone just like take a sampan, roll into the thing, like wooden, and then see whether they can roll
manually. Then he gotta do like the live stream.
Yeah,
gotta do live stream. Cannot record.
On the Twitch, missing guy goes in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, at least we know where his latest video was.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I like a lot of the fun conspiracies. Do you know about this Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy thing?
Chuck E. Cheese
in the US. Do you know what's Chuck E. Cheese?
Like it's like a fast food establishment, right?
Yes, okay. So this is a very like funny conspiracy theory where Chuck E. Cheese, right? Every time that people tapao the pizza box or whatever, right? Or even when they go to the restaurant, right? When they open the box, right? The pizza is not in a fixed shape, leh. So it's like a lot of the pizza is like out of proportion to the actual pizza. So the conspiracy, right, is that they take the used pizzas, right, or the uneaten pizzas, and they shove it, like they go and form back into the...
Or like they take what? 2 from another pizza, 3 from another pizza.
Like, let's say, for instance, let's say, for instance, this person never finished the pizza, right? Then they left it or left over. Then they take 2 slices, then they just store, then they just like casually put it in.
But what if the customer order a certain flavor, but then how would they...
No, I think what they do is that they probably like stash.
They top up.
Stash. Then after that, they just like microwave or like they put it in an oven for a while. Yeah. But if you go and search Chuck E. Cheese pizzas, right, you'll see a lot of pizza box when they open, right? It's like, what the heck? This confirm is not my slice.
It's not made from scratch properly, that kind of.
Yeah. It's like a Tetris, you know, like.
Yeah, like the.
From the thing.
Got some uneven shapes, and.
Yeah, that was quite funny also. Yeah, and I also like the pyramid stuff. Like for me, the deep subject matter one is like the similar to your Bermuda Triangle one is the pyramid stuff, because I don't understand how humans could have made the pyramids.
Yeah, and like last time they don't have cranes and all that, right?
Yeah, it's impossible, bro. Do you know like there are so many accurate things about the pyramid to the point that even like 4,000 or 5,000 years later, right, no building has ever been made with that same accuracy as the pyramid, no? Like the leveling, the leveling of the floor, right, is like 99.9999% accurate. The tiles, the allocation of the thing, right, is 99.99% accurate. So that means that the positioning of everything is correct. And then also like the inside of the thing, there's no there's no drawings, there's no tomb stuff or whatever.
When they said that it was supposed to be a
tomb,
for a
tomb. Yeah. And they know the inside of the pyramid, right, is 24.5 degrees Celsius. It's like a perfect.
The aircon,
yeah, the aircon primal condition. And then the tuning of the inside of the pyramid is F sharp. So it's like, which is the sun of the earth. Yeah. And then also like the pyramid itself, its location is directly in the middle of the earth.
Oh,
like,
wow.
How on earth?
If humans really put it there on their own, then if you're inside the pyramid, you can see like maybe got holes, you know, like sunlight will go through that kind.
There'll be confirm some human error. The pyramid itself is on a plot of water. So what it does is that the water rises up, the tuning forks will shake, which is the F sharp, right? That will cause the quartz to go and power the pyramid. So actually they say that the pyramid itself was made to go and produce electricity. So it's like, it wasn't a tomb lah. Yeah. So I mean,
you really foresee the future, yeah.
Yeah.
You can charge your phone on it.
Yeah, that's why I also think like, I don't think the Egyptians made the pyramid. I think it was like maybe a lost civilization or something like that we never account for yet lah. Yeah, but
that's mad.
Yeah, but I guess these are things that we will never know. Okay, but for this week's episode, we're going to be talking about Pixar and Disney theories. Paul, are you like do you also deep dive into Pixar, Disney theories and stuff like that?
Yeah, bro. Like all the time, I think. Because once in a while you will see, when you watch the Pixar show, then you will realize, hey, this is from another movie.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, like you can see the character or like a certain hidden Easter egg.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, that is from another movie, I remember, yeah. It's like how Marvel does it with like Stan Lee, you know.
Yeah, correct.
They subtly plant stuff inside there for you to observe.
Yeah, and I think the fun thing about Pixar, right, is that they purposely leave it ambiguous, so they've never come out and explicitly say like, oh yeah, they are all in the one same universe or anything like that. Maybe
it's intentional.
Yeah, it's on purpose. It's to leave you to be like,
always leave you wanting more.
Yeah. All right, yeah. But I guess let's just dive right into the Pixar and Disney conspiracy theories. Let's get right into the episode. All right, Paul, first off, what we're going to be doing for this week's episode for the Pixar and Disney conspiracy theories is that I have 2 conspiracy theories and you have 1, correct? Yeah,
yes.
1 numero uno. Actually, Brandon would have been good an episode because he got a lot of like the conspiracy, but he's more like the Simpsons.
Apart from Simpsons.
Yeah, the Simpsons one. Okay, but my first conspiracy theory that I would like to present to you, and I think after each conspiracy, we can decide if I convinced you or if you convinced me. You get what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, then we just say if convinced, not convinced. So we just put like a stamp or chop or whatever. Okay. So there's a very famous overall theory that all of the universes, all of the story in Pixar is all taking place in one same universe. We see that a lot of the times, like, they leave Easter eggs of like how one toy is linked into this thing, or like
And
one
show, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my first theory is that because all of the universes are linked, right, the monsters in Monsters Inc., right, they scare all of the children inside the Pixar universe. So it's like they link it to the other Pixar movies, right? They scare the children in Toy Story, and also like they scare the the girl that was in Inside Out. Okay, so
Okay.
And also that the Brave, right, dating the time of the Monsters Inc., whatever, right? They've been scaring children since like since the 1300s, 1400s, like that. So that is my like first conspiracy theory. Okay, to prove it to you, first off, there is a scene, right, where this Boo first invites Sully into the house, into her room. Do you remember?
The end of Monsters Inc. 1.
Yes, correct. When he comes in the room. And then, do you notice what are the toys that Boo gives to
Yes.
Sully? Yeah,
I
what are the
saw,
toys?
it was Jessie.
Correct.
There was the Toy Story ball, right? The ball with the star, right?
Yes, correct.
Nemo.
Yes, so these are the big three. So he gave
Yeah.
her a Nemo toy, Jessie, and then the ball. And then after that, you could see that there is another scene where Randall, he's in front of a wall, correct?
Yeah,
and
the
then
wall.
He's practicing scaring children. So they keep changing the background of the wall, right?
To match his skin, right?
Yeah, and one of the backgrounds that they change it to is Andy's room. Because the clouded wallpaper, right, confirm.
Oh, the star. Okay, the blue wall with the clouds, right?
Yeah, the blue wall with the clouds. So they're trying to implicate or say that the monster that was scaring Andy is Randall. So Randall's the monster that is assigned to Andy. Okay?
Okay.
And then another one is that there is this scene in the movie where a specific monster is very scared of a child. Do you remember? Because he said that, oh, he almost touched me. Then he jumped out of the room. It's a purple color monster.
The one with the lot of eyes one, is it?
Yes, the one with a lot of eyes, correct. So it's a purple color monster. They show when he jumps out of the room, inside the room, there is a poster of a Paul Bunyan movie. Yeah. The only character in the entire Pixar universe that has a Paul Bunyan movie poster, right, is Sid from Toy Story 1.
The neighbor.
Yes, the neighbor. So that kid specifically, that monster is specifically assigned to Sid, and then Sid was so like dangerous,
Terrifying, right? Yeah.
that this monster became scared, which makes sense, correct?
Because he's like, he's a thought like a
Yeah,
Realistic kid,
yeah. Okay, now another thing is that this is more, I think, a bit more far-fetched, but I think it's plausible. So, do you know who's Bing Bong?
from Toy Story, is it?
No, Bing Bong is from Inside Out. He's the imaginary elephant.
Oh, the elephant.
Yeah, Bing Bong. The Bing Bong. Then after he fly to the moon with the characters lah, Inside
The
Out.
emotions.
The emotions. Okay. The larger conspiracy theory relying Bing Bong is that after the movie of Monsters Inc., they realized that scaring people does not produce as much power as compared to laughing, correct? So
Correct.
that's why Mike Wazowski ended up becoming the
Comedian.
becoming the comedian. So, in this conspiracy theory, they believe that Bing Bong was assigned to Riley, who is the main girl in Inside Out. Yeah. And then, but instead of scaring her, right, he brought joy and laughter to her.
Yeah.
That's why, over the course of time, right, her imaginary friend is this specific elephant that is a goofy-looking monster lah. This a purple color. Yeah.
The elephant.
Yeah, correct. The purple color elephant. And then over the course of time, Riley started to grow up, and then so they are sort of like separated in time. So Riley started to mature, then they realized that they can't really scare her because she's no longer a child. She become more of a teenager, which is like her puberty phase lah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
in this case, their relationship started to sour, and then Bing Bong is an imaginary character, started to disappear. That's why he ends up being non-existent inside Riley's memory anymore. You remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, okay. So, that is one other thing that proves that the monsters think they scare all of the universes. Now, this one, I think, is the most far-fetched. Is that they said Boo is the evil witch inside Brave. Do you watch Brave?
Yeah, I watched Brave, bro.
Yes.
It's because the witch, the lady can go through doors, right?
Yes. So she can go through doors, and at the same time, Merida, when she tried to open the door, she cannot go in also. So they're trying to implicate that maybe this witch, right, she's the one that sort of found a way to go through all of the doors because of the fact that she had a relationship with
Sally
and Mike. Yeah, so it's like she sort of over time learned the skill of how to jump in and out of doors. And then the only thing is that Brave, right, is dated, I think, many years before Monsters, Inc. So a lot of people believe, right, the conspiracy is that she's a time traveling, like can jump through doors.
But the door, right, the door in Monsters Inc., they can go back in time one, right?
Yeah, so maybe
so I'm not sure whether you go open the door and you stay there, right? Will you age the same when you come back? That's the thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for me, I was a bit like, this is a bit far-fetched. But the only thing that made me sort of consider the fact that it might be real, right, is that if you see there's a scene where Merida went to her house to go and visit the evil witch or whatever.
In the forest, is it?
Yeah, in the forest, right? There is a drawing of Sally on the wall. But
it's in a very medieval way.
Yes.
But it's the shape of him, right?
Yeah, it's carved in wood.
In like a wood, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it is possible that maybe it could mean two things. It could mean that from the start already, the Sally was scaring people for very long already, like the 1300s. But if they were to say that maybe this is a time traveling thing, it could be possible also that, maybe the doors open can go back in time. Correct?
And she still remembers Sally.
Yeah.
It's like her main scarer, right?
Yeah. And then one more thing about Monsters, Inc. They said that why are the monsters scared of Boo? Like, or scared of touching the child or whatever. Because if you watch Brave, right, I think the dating of Brave was maybe like 1500s or 1600s or whatever lah. At the same time, right, the 1300s is when the bubonic plague occurred lah, which is like a lot of children.
The rats.
Yeah, and a lot of the children, the Black Death, they became ill and became contagious.
Okay.
So it's like a lot of people, they probably perceive that maybe the child, like maybe from the early origins, were infected. So they were scared of them. So they were probably scaring them since the 1300s or this lah. So that's the only reasonable explanation.
That's why they must straight away go and disinfect the disinfection.
Yeah, the disinfection thing. Then they shave the
the furry guy. Yeah.
Yeah, they wear the thing. Okay. That is the first theory for the Monsters, Inc. that they were all...
But I really didn't know that Randall was like the Andy Scarer.
Yeah. And then also, I think there's at the end of the movie of Monsters, Inc., they throw Randall into a house, into a trailer. Do you remember?
Yeah, then the lady hit the armor come with the baseball bat or something.
Yeah. Then they close the door, right? If you look outside the trailer, right, there's a
caravan. It's a caravan, right?
Yeah, which is the Pizza Planet truck.
Which is another kid in Toy Story lah.
Yeah, correct. Which means that there's another kid in Toy Story that has a... yeah. Or maybe that there's a kid that's staying in that trailer. So, yeah. So, Paul, your verdict. Have I convinced you that this conspiracy is real or not real?
Yeah, I'm convinced that the Monsters Inc. has been scaring kids from all over Pixar's universe.
Okay.
Okay, that one I am very convinced. But I'm not very sure about the Sully and Boo.
The relationship,
from Brave.
Right?
Yeah, no, the one in if Boo was the old lady from Brave.
Yeah. I think it's more the overall theory is that the monsters, they scared all of the children throughout Pixar. So yeah, I think it confirms also in a larger perspective, right, that the Pixar universes are all linked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so confirm lah. Alright, that's my first Pixar theory. Okay, Paul, what about you? Your next one up.
Okay, I think mine is a conspiracy theory that has been going on for quite a few years already. I think a lot of people has heard of this theory. I'm not sure if you had. It's actually that the fact that Anna and Elsa from Frozen, yeah, they are actually related to Tarzan and Rapunzel from Tangled.
Tarzan and Rapunzel.
Yeah, Rapunzel is and is it Tangled, right? The show.
Tangled, yeah.
Yeah, she's Rapunzel, right?
Yeah,
Brendan's crush.
Her favorite.
Yeah. So basically, right, when if you watch the start of Frozen, you remember Anna and Elsa's parents?
Yes.
They were saying goodbye to the Anna and Elsa. Then after that, they went to supposedly like a ship. They went to set sail to somewhere, right?
Correct.
Then halfway the ship wrecked lah. The ship wrecked and then it sank.
Okay.
So the conspiracy theory is that the parents did not die from the shipwreck. They got washed onto a island.
Okay.
Okay. And then on the island, they gave birth to a boy, which is Tarzan lah. Supposedly supposed to be Tarzan. And then they actually built the tree house in the forest, where you saw the Tarzan
Like leaf
baby in the court. Yeah. So and then they die by the leopard.
Chasing them.
Yeah. So that's the first like conspiracy theory first. So for Tarzan and Frozen, Tarzan and Anna and Elsa. So technically Tarzan is the younger brother of Anna and Elsa.
Younger
Because they already exist. Anna and Elsa are already born ma.
Okay. But does the date of, I think it sort of makes sense, right? The dating of when Jane they all came is similar to maybe like the 1800s, 19.
Yeah, I think around that time because technically they were still living in the castle and all that. For Anna and Elsa and the parents.
Yeah. Plus, if you remember in the scenes in Tarzan, right, when they go through, when they teach Tarzan about English or whatever, they're using like the old slides and all that. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think it makes sense. There's no technology.
They still wear when he went back to civilization, he's wearing those very medieval clothes, right?
Yeah. Maybe like the good gentleman, the British gentleman.
From the castle kind.
Yeah, with the monocle or that. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me fast forward lah. We fast forward this before I start bringing out facts. It's when. When Elsa, Anna got married?
Yes.
There was a coronation ceremony.
Yeah.
And then the last part, right, when you see people walking into the castle, you actually see Rapunzel and the husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because at that time already, Rapunzel she had short hair, remember, at the end of Tangled. She cut her hair and then her hair was like black.
Yeah.
This is actually, later I'll send you the picture. It's really, you one look, right, you see they purposely put it there one.
Yeah.
So there's a rumor that they are related, maybe not directly siblings, but like maybe cousin.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll add slides throughout the episode lah.
Yeah. So we will see. So insert slide. Yeah. Okay, and then also another. So that's the second conspiracy theory that Rapunzel is actually related to Anna. Let me bring some facts up now, actually, okay? So when the shipwreck from Tarzan, right? Do you realize in The Little Mermaid, Ariel, right? Ariel actually saw a shipwreck in the bottom of the ocean.
Yes, correct.
So that ship was actually implied that it was the ship from
Tarzan.
Anna and Elsa's parents lah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're trying to say that this Ariel.
So it's proven that it's proof that the ship really did wreck.
Is it the actual same ship?
If you see the Ariel's picture, right, it really looks like because there's the flag. Oh, it's it's an old Viking ship that looks like, and it has the exact same. I don't know what's that thing that cross in the middle, you know. Oh,
the
long pole with the two thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like the ship, yeah, like the hoister thing.
Yeah. So that's one of the conspiracy theories that actually the parents survived and actually had a kid named Tarzan.
Okay. If you ask me, I think I can sort of get the Tarzan link. But if you ask me to get the Rapunzel link, right, I think a bit hard.
Maybe just friend.
Yeah, maybe like, you know what I mean? Like, because they're all in the magical world, right? It could possibly be like,
like one princess to another princess, right?
Yeah, one princess to another princess. So it's possible, but I think it's a bit more far-fetched, that one.
That is whether they are related or not. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. But overall, what do you believe that that the Anna is?
I believe the Tarzan one more than the
Rapunzel.
Yeah,
I agree. The Tarzan one, definitely. All right. Now let's move on to the last conspiracy theory. This one is the big one that this one I did a lot of like research on for this specific conspiracy theory. And this conspiracy theory is that Woody from Toy Story actually did not belong to Andy. Originally, he belonged to Andy's father, who is now either dead or they divorced from the family. Okay, so now I would like to present to you the thing. Okay, so the age of Woody, right, in Toy Story 2, it's very clearly shown, right, that Woody is no longer in production. So if you go to the El's Toy Barn, do you remember? There's no like a Woody or any cowboy or anything like that, right? So for a fact, Woody by that time was probably out of production for the toys lah. So because now they're moving into the space stuff. Okay.
And also the Woody's like documentary was in black and white.
Yes, correct.
So it's proven that it's from a very long time ago, right?
Yes, from a very, very long time ago. Okay, so let me start like reading out some things that made me sort of believe that cannot be Andy's toy lah. The younger Andy's toy. So a separate conspiracy theory that everyone also believes is that Jessie belongs to Emily. Not Emily. The name is
the mother, right?
Yeah, the mother. What's that?
Emily is her previous owner.
Yeah, her previous owner. So everyone believes that the mother's name is Emily. So Andy's mom.
The name is Davies, Mrs. Davies.
Yeah, so like Emily Davies or whatever lah.
Yeah, correct.
Andy Davies, Emily Davies. Maybe could have taken on the husband's surname also. So actually we don't really know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But for a fact, they did show that Jessie was with this kid that was younger, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So, but in that specific scene, they also show that there is no Woody inside this Emily's house, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So this clearly means that it cannot be the mom give the toy to Andy, right?
Cannot give, as in, the mom cannot give Woody to Andy.
Yes, because if you go through their childhood stuff, right, there is no sign of Woody in any of the scenes, in the when somebody
left.
The Simon Talking episode. Yeah. Okay, so both Andy's mom and dad, the theory is that they have one Woody and the other one has Jessie. Okay. And then the mom let go of Jessie, and then after that the father had Woody. So, okay, another thing also is that if you look underneath the feet of Andy, the Woody and Buzz, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see that Buzz Lightyear, when Andy writes the name out, is proper like A-N-D-Y. But for Woody, right, the N is inverted.
What?
Yeah, if you look right, they never spell the N properly. Which is trying to say that maybe it could mean two things.
Someone wrote it over.
Yeah, no, it could mean two things. It could mean that the younger Andy sort of, at the time when he got Woody, didn't know how to spell. So it's like maybe like spell in inverse the N. Or it also could mean that the father had it a long, long time ago when the education system wasn't that good lah. Because during that time it was like maybe the Sputnik era, so he didn't know how to spell. So he just put like the N in the inverse way lah. Okay. So that is one other thing. Now, the prospector, do you remember? The
Stinky Pete, yeah.
Yeah. He said that in Toy Story 2, the Woody merchandising, all of them, so like the Woody's Roundup, right, was discontinued after Sputnik was launched. Correct? Yeah. So Sputnik, I went to go and research, right, was launched in 1957. So this is also trying to imply that in 1950...
Woody was from that
Woody was from that specific era. That's why it makes him such a collector's item, because he cannot be produced for so many years already. So if it's 1957 and it's a collector's item, there is no way that also the mom bought it off a store, or like it has to be a hand-me-down toy.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we can sort of understand that it's a hand-me-down toy, there is a larger theory that came out from a man named Mike Mozart. So Mike Mozart, right, he was and he also had another colleague called Joe Renfit. So Joe Renfit was a writer on the Toy Story itself. And they came to the conclusion that they actually wrote a backstory for Andy's, the father, first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. So what they wrote is that Andy's father is also named Andy. So he's Andy Senior, and then the one that we
Andy
know, Junior. Yeah, okay. So now the story is that Andy's dad won Woody through a cereal box cover contest. So what they did is that they submit all of the cereal box. You know, like last time they have you submit specific, like maybe 10.
Honey Star, all these.
Yeah. So they sent it in, and then after that, he managed to get Woody in return lah.
Okay.
But at the same time, after that is exactly when Sputnik launched, so they cancelled all of the Woody toys. So
he already won him.
Yeah, but he already won him. So he's got a sort of a very rare edition of Woody that came from this specific cereal box contest lah. Okay. This is where it gets a bit dark. Okay, so So now a lot of people ask, where the heck is Andy's father? Because if you go through all of the Toy Story movies, right, Andy's father is not in a single...
nowhere to be seen or mentioned, right?
Yeah, nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be mentioned in any of the films. And it's a running thread that happens in Pixar movies where they sort of like leave a single parent, or then they don't explain
Or
why.
leave something out, completely.
Yeah, okay. So this could mean one of two things. One is either Andy's father is dead, or they are divorced, correct? So he's like a sort of a deadbeat father, doesn't really get involved in the family or whatever. Okay, so I will go to the divorce route first. Okay, to explain what is the possibility. Yeah, maybe the
divorce.
Yeah. Okay, first off, if you were to look in the house photos, right, in the first Toy Story, you'll see that all of the childhood photos, right, are just of Molly and Andy. It could be possible, So like, any photos in their house of the father at all, which
no
is
photos,
kind of divorce. Because if it was like maybe he died, you would still keep the photo of the father around as a memory or memoir. Like that, right? Yeah, but if you have no photos at all, you can also
completely disconnect.
Like I don't want to be in a relationship with you, so I cut you off from my family lah. Second off is that in the scene where Andy's mom brings in Buzz Lightyear to go and present the toy to Andy, okay, she's not wearing a ring. And there's no ring mark, there's nothing on her hand. Okay. A common practice for widows, right, if they lose the husband, right, is a lot of times that they'll still wear the ring.
If the husband passed away.
Yeah, if the husband passed away. So what they're trying to imply possibly is that they divorced, she was very unhappy, so she took the ring out for many years already. Like that's why there's no ring mark, there's no nothing on the thing. Okay. And if you were to look at it from a symbolic perspective, right, the artistic direction, maybe if you study literature, you'll maybe understand. Buzz Lightyear is actually used as a symbolism of moving on, and Woody is a symbolism of clinging on to the father.
Living in the past,
clinging on to the father. So that's why there's this internal conflict between accepting the new future and also like letting go of your past. So they let go of Woody, and then also Buzz Lightyear is like my new toy ma. Correct. Yeah. But at the end, he sort of accepts that I can play with both. So like I can play with Woody, I can play with Buzz. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Which also could imply that he sort of accepted the situation with his parents. That my mom and dad, they are both not going to be together anymore. So I should just accept the new situation. I can live with the fact that both of them, that the current situation is like that lah. And also, I find it very interesting, right? At the end of Toy Story 1, during the Christmas scene also, the father is not around. So it's like maybe he's really
all the more,
father.
All the more is like...
Yeah.
It's
even when Andy goes
college. Maybe. Yeah, even college.
Yeah, even when Andy goes... Yeah, the father will never send him off, father never say anything, So this could imply, that the father's divorced and also like just not involved in his life. Okay.
Then the mother works.
But now, this one I don't know. This one maybe she work at like home business or whatever.
Because like to own such a big house and have a car and send your kid to college, all this must have some kind of money. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, right, this second part of the conspiracy theory, right, is what makes me sort of lean towards that the father is dead, which is also involved in the house. Okay, so like I was saying before, right, just now there was a man named Mike Mozart who had a friend named Joe Renfit, and then they both were writers or part of the movie of Toy Story. Then they came up with a backstory for Andy that they did not include in the movie. Okay, so the backstory was that Andy's father is also named Andy, and then they won Woody through a cereal box contest. Andy's dad, however, grew up in a time where polio was very highly rampant in the US or this. So during that time, Andy's father got polio. After he got polio, they had to get rid of all of his toys. Okay, but because he loved Woody so much, because they were not a rich family or whatever, he purposely stashed Woody away lah.
Yeah.
So become like, Woody, this is still my specific toy. So many years later, the father sort of like recovered from polio. Yeah. So after he recovered from polio, he got married to Andy's mom, who is the owner of Jessie.
Jessie, right?
Yeah. And then therefore he is the one that gave Andy this toy this new Woody. But after that, he grew up and got married, he over a course of time, right, he fell sick again because there's a post-polio syndrome, which is
relapse.
relapse of the polio. Hence them making moving back to his childhood home. So that's why she has such a big house, because they went back to his original home, and they are saying that a lot of the photos of the boy on the wall, right, is actually Andy's father when he was young.
Not Andy himself.
Yeah, not Andy himself. So they are trying to say that maybe it's not the photos are not Andy, it's maybe Andy's father. So it explains sort of the reasoning why there's no photos of Andy as an adult, that Andy's father as an adult in the house. Yeah. So that is the reason why Andy is so possessive of Woody. Even to this day, like if you see to the third Toy Story, right?
You still don't want to let him go, right?
Yeah, he can let go all of the other toys, but he don't want to let go of that specific toy, Woody. You can say like, yeah, it's because of childhood memories or whatever, but the like larger subtext is that
it's because of his father.
Yeah, it's like a symbolism of the father, and if he let go of this thing, it's like he really have to separate himself from the death of his father. Okay, so this is the larger Toy Story conspiracy. Now, have I convinced you that Andy's father is either dead or divorced?
I think
Woody was
the first
his father.
Yeah, I would firstly agree that it makes sense that he was passed over to Andy from his father.
It makes sense, right? I think that part
makes sense,
very makes a lot of sense.
And like, can I just add something like the Emily's hat, right? It's actually Andy's hat.
Emily's hat.
Emily, you know when Jessie's owner had when she was young, she had a cowboy hat.
Yes, correct.
And then she grew up, she cannot feed it, right? Then she passed to Andy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the mom passed the hat to.
Yeah, but she took a bit lah, because the if you see the Emily's cap, right, it was just a red hat with no white strings around the cap.
Oh yeah.
But then when she passed to Andy, right, you see Andy's cap and Jessie's cap is the same. Because Jessie's cap there's the white, it's a red cap with a white robe, yeah. Yeah, it's probably because like maybe Andy's mom cannot feed anymore, but she keep it as like a
memory, right?
Memory, yeah. Then
like something
I'll just pass it to my kid next time, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're trying to say that you do believe the first part of the thing that.
Yeah, I believe that Emily is Andy's mom.
Yeah, Emily is Andy's mom, and that also Woody was given to
him by his father.
Yeah, and that also.
And I also believe that it makes. I'm also convinced that Andy and his Andy's mom and Andy's parents are divorced.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not so much dead. You believe that they're more divorced, and that he's like a deadbeat father lah. He doesn't come around to the house again.
Correct.
Why more dead than the dead one?
Because a lot of things make sense. Like the mom not wearing a ring.
Yeah.
Like a single mom, you know.
Yeah. I feel the dead one, right? You have to like sort of broaden your imagination a bit. You have to think like. Do you know what I mean? Like,
we really move back all the way to the childhood home, all this, you know.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's more explainable. Like, let's say, for instance, they live in a big house because maybe she does a business on the side, or maybe
then the father must give child support, all this.
Yeah. Or maybe like she works a lot. That's why this Andy ends up playing so much with the toys. Like, you can say maybe she's always at work.
She never neglect. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So I mean, all these are possible things.
Then can move to a bigger house. For sure, right? Remember?
Yeah, correct. And then also like maybe that's why she bought the dog also. It's like to keep them company because she goes to work all the time.
Oh yeah, because she cannot have time with them, right?
Yeah. Buster. Yeah. Correct, the dog. Reach for Buster. The sky. Okay. But before we close this off, so do you have any more like small conspiracy theories that you consider
from PIXAR, is it?
Yeah, or Disney or PIXAR or whatever. Then you like
yes, that
the art one, is it?
No, the art one.
What's the art one? Like
apparently they said that remember he got the news from the government that he has to evict his house.
Yes, correct.
Or like they will take his house away.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got very angry and very defensive of his house, right?
Yeah. Then he just sell the house.
Yeah. Then he start pumping balloons and all that, right? Apparently they said that the kid what was the cow? Is it cow?
I think Carl is the Mr. Fredrickson, Carl Fredrickson. Mr. Fredrickson. Yeah, I can't remember the kid's name now.
Before that, he used to have he and his wife, right? Remember, before she fell sick.
Yes.
So before she fell sick, I think they already had plans to have a kid.
Ah, okay.
Right? And then that was like one of his things on his bucket list. To have a kid.
Okay.
Just so happened, this kid, he came to the house saying that I need this badge.
Uh-huh.
It's like the only thing I need left.
Yeah.
So they're saying that the kid is in Carl's imagination.
Oh, okay.
And that the symbol of the house flying up into the sky, right, is him going to heaven.
Mr. Fredrickson, they fly. Yeah, but then they also got say, but if he's technically going to heaven, then wouldn't he just fly all the way to heaven? Why fly to the...
No, like the act of bringing the house with him is like everything that he's comfortable with, ma.
Okay.
Not he himself going to heaven, you know?
Oh, okay. I get what
Yeah,
you mean.
you get what I mean, like...
Then what's the place that they go to?
The Miranda Falls, right? Is it?
Yeah, Miranda.
Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls.
Yeah, but they sort of maybe it's something, Niagara or Miranda? I quite ever.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, maybe it's like he's trying to imagine in his brain, this is my last thing that I need to clear off my bucket list before
Yes.
I die. So it's like on the way to heaven, I clear this one thing.
But I bring everything with me, you know?
Yeah,
everything,
I bring
all that encompasses with me, yeah.
Wow, I think that's good.
And the
But-
kid,
Yeah.
the symbolic thing about the kid is because he and his wife wanted a kid before she passed away, lah.
Oh, okay, which is...
Yeah, so it's like it still lingers in his mind after all these years, you know?
Okay. Okay, I think there's a good conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I believe. Heng, I asked you at the end. Do you have any smaller conspiracy theories? All right. Okay, I would say overall, maybe in review, the Monsters Inc. one, you believe? Conspiracy theory? Sort of.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. The
And
second,
the fact that I think that there's already evidence that they cross the universe, right? They go to Pizza Planet, all this, yeah.
yeah, plus also like in Bugs Life also got a lot of like link over to the thing. Okay. Yeah, then the second one is more of I sort of agree that
Tarzan.
yeah, Tarzan could be possibly linked to Anna and Elsa. Maybe Jane also could be linked to Anna, but I don't think Rapunzel is linked to.
Yeah, it's it's a far shot, lah.
Yeah. And lastly, we believe sort of that definitely Woody was given to Andy by his father.
Yep.
Yeah, but you believe that he's more divorced than dead.
Yes.
Okay. And I feel that I was leaning to more dead, but after I talked about it, I think more divorced.
More divorce, yeah.
Yeah, more divorced. And
But
then
actually, to be honest, it both makes sense, lah.
yeah,
Really,
both make sense, but I think the dead one you have to. It's more out there, lah. Harder to.
But maybe if he really died, right, then he leave all the inheritance to the mama. That's why he got the car, house, everything, ma.
Oh yeah, that's possible also, right? Jalat lah. That's the problem with conspiracy theories. Never ending.
Always, there's multiple doors, ah.
Yeah, multiple doors. Okay, and lastly, the one that you just added on before we close was the Mr. Fredrickson.
Mr.
And
Fredrickson.
the symbolism of the bucket list, him, and the whole movie is actually him going to heaven. All right, may we all go to heaven as well. Okay, that was our Disney conspiracy episode.
Get out of here!
Oh, look at the time. The coffee shop is closing. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please remember to give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. We have episodes that drops every Monday. But also, if you're into game show formats, you have the SG Draft podcast that drops every Friday. And if you're into football, we have the Football Kaki that drops every Wednesday. We hope everyone stays safe. But remember,
You are a toy. You are a child's plaything.
Kopi, keep your troubles away. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, bro. See you.
Bye, bro. Thanks.